The Tullamore Community and Family Resource Centre opened its doors in 2003. The Resource Centre, located in Arden View, provides a range of universal and targeted services and development opportunities that address the needs of families. Services provided include family support, parenting programs, counselling services, personal development and educational and training programs. The centre is also home to a number of groups and clubs ranging from the parent and toddlers to the active age group, and is frequently used by external groups for meetings and activities. On the 17th of October each year, the Centre commemorates the United Nations International Day for the Eradication of Poverty. Last year, a sculpture was commissioned representing the family. This year, we commemorate the day by making this film. In 1987, Joseph Raczynski said, "You, the millions and millions of children, women and fathers, who have died from misery and hunger and whose legacy we hold. It is not your death that I evoke today on this plaza of human rights and liberties. I bear witness to your lives." We presented some of the groups attending the centre photographs representing some of the issues caused by poverty and asked them to choose a photograph that spoke to them. A group from the Marisa Foundation also came because they too wanted to bear witness to the issues that they saw were caused by poverty. The active age group also came, looked carefully through the photographs and chose images that spoke specifically to them. Finally, children from the After School Club came and chose images that they wanted to speak about. Once everyone had chosen their photograph, the next part of the process was to write a personal message on the back, very much like a postcard, or indeed a message in a bottle. Deciding carefully on what their message would be proved to be a difficult task, particularly for the younger age group. I bear witness to you, men, women and children. Your renown is henceforth engraved by heart, hand and tool in the marble of this plaza of human rights and liberties.
I chose this photograph because I was drawn to the lady in the queue. She looked so desolate, and I would like to see more done for people who endure mental health issues to reduce the stigma attached to it.
This is a picture of a glass of water. I picked water because we are contaminated in Ireland and all over the world, and I have a 3-month-old baby and I have to use bottled water.
I chose this picture of a young man with a sign looking for a job. I feel that our government needs to do more for young people for employment in Ireland rather than immigration.
I chose that photograph of a homeless person that absolutely breaks my heart. I believe that having a place you call home is the fundamental of human rights.
I chose this picture because it's to do with education, and everybody has the right to free education, especially people with disabilities.
I'm Ronan, and I'm speaking on behalf of Paul, and Paul has chosen this picture of a woman waiting on a train. And Paul feels it's important that public transport is accessible for him and for everybody who uses a wheelchair, because he can be included in the greater community, which we're all part of.
Hi, this is a picture of a girl sick in hospital and she needs help, and I like to help her.
This man is in hospital. He's not very well. He's very sick. He's in hospital. And the people are in looking after them.
This is Lisa and my name's Petrina, and I'm talking on Lisa's behalf. Lisa picked this picture out of a child soldier in war-torn countries, and Lisa believes that everybody deserves a happy and peaceful childhood.
Okay, we chose this picture because it's a sight you can see in any town or city in Ireland, and in 2016 this should not be happening. Everyone should have a home.
This is a picture of a man with no shoes. When Kathleen and I went to England 50 years ago, we saw poor people like this. It's a disgrace that it is still happening today.
You have this photo of the homeless, and I feel that the Marion Hostel in High Street, Tullamore, would be an ideal place to accommodate them.
My friend and I chose this picture. Why? The 3 beautiful children who have the right to an education and the right to have somebody to help them.
In any way. And they need to help them in any way we can.
I chose this picture. Refugees are human beings. Jesus was a refugee. Everyone in this world deserves respect and a right to food, housing and clothing.
We chose a homeless person. Everybody should have a home. It's so sad to see homeless people on the streets.
I see poor people starving to hunger. It's very, very sad to see people starving to hunger. It shouldn't be happening at all.
As you can see, this is a picture of a mother and her young child. And the reason why I picked this is because the war that's going on in Syria and Aleppo, and where no mother should have to see her child going on like this. And I think it's up to the big nations of the world to get together and do something about it. All right?
Show the picture.
Just show the picture. I chose this picture because these 3 little African kids are celebrating the water coming through the font. Water is the source of life, and every human being is entitled to it. I would leave it at that.
This is a bunch of homeless people trying to keep warm, and this isn't right because they need a home.
I think this is a happy picture because it's like the people out in Africa, they don't have any water, and I think that people should get water out in Africa.
I like this picture because this girl, it looks like she has disabilities, and then this normal man is just going over to her and helping her.
I picked this picture because it looks nice that people with disabilities can play basketball. I think this is a nice picture because people are learning.
This is a child soldier, and this is wrong in case they might get shot and die.
This is a photograph of child labour. Every child is entitled to a childhood.
This is a photograph of a woman voting. Everyone's entitled to a vote and to exercise it.
This is a photograph of people queuing for unemployment benefit. Everybody has a right to work.
And so, the fun begins. We have written our messages in a bottle. Now comes the time to set them free.